It appears there was no audio recorded with the previous step-by-step building of the simulation that I did. So I'll just briefly explain what I did. You watch this video first and then you can see the screenshots in the next video. That will be self. So what I did was clicked and dragged. If you do F4, clicked and dragged, you know, these streams 1, 2, 3, 4 distillation columns, shortcut columns, and to figure out the number of trays in the column. For example, what I did was, this is for column 1, so stream number 16 is the same as stream number 3. It has 16 has been copied from stream number 3. And then in the column, what I did was went to the design parameters tab and specified the benzene leakages up and down, the light key and heavy key leakages up and down, and gave reasonable column pressures, and then the minimum reflux ratio got calculated. If you go to the performance tab, the minimum number of trays also got calculated, and then we said that okay, we will operate the column at 1.2 times the minimum reflux ratio, and that gave the number of trays as say 38 with the optimal feed stage at number 18. And in this way I just decided that this column should have 38 trays with feed on 18th tray. Similarly, the second shortcut column was used to figure out the number of trays needed in the second column. So if you go to the parameters tab, I specified the toluene and xylene leakages, the light key heavy key leakages in their respective product streams, reasonable pressures, and external reflux ratio came out to be about this much. And if you go to the performance tab, number of trays, it was saying was around 44 with the optimal feed stage being number 19. That's exactly what I've done here. So if you go to the column, 45 trays, feed on the 19th tray, and so on and so forth. So this is how I decided the column. And then in the column, what I did was added specs. Toluene leakage in the distillate, benzene leakage in the bottoms, and also added specs on the next column. If you look at the monitor tab, there are so many specs that have been added. Xylene leakage in the distillate, toluene leakage in the bottoms, toluene purity of the distillate, xylene purity of the bottoms, which is what is supposed to be 99.99. And then what I did was I figured out what is the maximum amount of leakage, that is benzene leakage down the bottom of the first column, that you can specify. If too much benzene leaks out, then clearly 99.9% toluene in the distillate is not possible, and the column will not, second column will not converge, because there is what is being asked, 99.9% is infeasible. So what I did was I slowly increased the benzene leakage down the bottoms of the first column until the second column stopped converging, and that limit came out to be 0.0005. Here if you see, right now we are at 1.5 E negative 4. This was 5 E negative 4. If you make it 6 E negative 4, the second column doesn't converge. And then what I did was I slowly but surely decreased the benzene leakage from 5 E negative 5 to 1 E negative 5 E negative 4 to 1 E negative 4, and then kept on recording the total reboiler duty in this spreadsheet. And it turns out, if you look at the data book, transpose table, view the table, if you look at the table, you see that the total reboiler duty actually is minimum at 7.65, state number 8, and which corresponds to about 0.00015 mole fraction benzene leakage down the bottom of the first column. So that was my optimum that I obtained. Of course, I went through all the steps and I was commenting, but nothing was getting recorded, so basically some of my effort got wasted. But nevertheless, with this explanation, hopefully you will be able to follow without the commentary as to what I am doing in the steady state simulation. And dynamic simulation, I'll make sure that the audio is on, and hopefully things won't screw up as much. Make sure that you save your work, so file, save as, and save your work. So this is the steady state simulation. We will dynamize it shortly in the next video. Alright, thank you and sorry.